The ultimate lesson all of us have to learn is unconditional love, which includes not only others, but ourselves as well. Wow. If we could just find a moment to embrace those simple words, what could we possibly become as women? Hey everyone, it's Karen Shayne here, and I wanted to extend a warm welcome to all of you tuning in to our new Unconditionally Her podcast called Conversations. I've been eagerly anticipating this moment for quite some time, and I just can't wait to dive into some amazing discussions with all of you. It's taken a lot of effort and a lot of dedication to get to this point, but we're finally here, and we're ready to share our conversations with all of our listeners. Our goal with Conversations is to empower and embrace the modern woman. We're dedicated to breaking the glass ceiling for trailblazing women and providing a platform for the multi-faceted woman from career to motherhood and even into retirement. Now let's go back to our quote from the great Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. If you missed the depth of the meaning in her statement, let me share it one more time. The ultimate lesson all of us have to learn is unconditional love, which includes not only others, but ourselves as well. That brings us to this question. What does being an unconditionally her woman really mean? And why a podcast? Let's break that down. But first, here's a little background. For the past 10 years, Unconditionally Her online magazine has been a safe space for women to share their hearts, their stories, their communities, and their lives. We've been a lifestyle brand many of you have come to depend on, with daily articles to read while you sit with your morning coffee, gather your thoughts for the day, or simply just walk the dog. Our readership, we've always been full of soul and passion and adventure and inspiration and faith. And for the past 10 years, we've also been a place where women could bravely and unapologetically share their success, hardships, and fails, their strengths, their vulnerabilities, while acknowledging and longing and craving to be more, to find more, to peek from behind the curtain and say, what's next? We've been a place to honor the beautiful creatures we were meant to be. We're a space to celebrate and a space to breathe, a space to completely derail, and a place to find those we need within our community and willing to help us from time to time get back on track. Let's answer the second part of the question as to why this podcast. You see, I believe as women, no matter what season we're in, we need to allow ourselves the challenge to take hold of the power to live our lives out loud, and also with boldness, sometimes with grit, sometimes with grace, and always with the desires in our heart. But sometimes we can't do it alone. We need support. And sometimes, well, truth be told, all the time, we need community. We need those mentors or agents of change to help us shatter the norms of what is expected of us, to find what is really desired and what we need to do to achieve the best of who we are, no matter where we are in life. Through these episodes, preferably listened to with a flavored organic latte or a sassy evening cocktail, we will bring to you the voices of women who have been there and done that. They have learned how to live unconditionally and unapologetically. They are now our mentors, our inspiration, and at times will be our catalyst through this journey we call life. They're the women that pull us up by our bootstraps and dust them off when we feel like we've fallen short. Now, if you haven't figured it out from the accent, I'm from the South. I still live in the South, and I love the South. Recently, I found a show called Sweet Magnolias. Sweet Magnolias is a scripted show on Netflix about three very diverse women also living life in the South. The show centers around these ladies as they navigate life, love, and business in their charming little southern town and have found their community through conversation. Well, that with a little help from long-standing margarita night. Now, for me, that hits home. Why? Well, I kind of too have my gals that are my go-tos for all the good, the bad, the ugly, and the unresolved. And while clearly my life is very different from that Netflix drama, the underwriting factor of the importance of conversation and community is that it can help bring about clarity. It's one thing to read, but it's another thing to actually hear stories. Having a community of women who you can hear on a weekly basis share some similar experiences might also provide a sense of belonging and validation as to where you are. We need each other to build a world where everyone has equal opportunities and equal respect. Those are some of the stories you're going to hear. That said, in the episodes of this podcast, sometimes there'll be hard topics to discuss. We're really going to ask some hard questions, and we're going to share some journeys that might be painful. Those conversations might not leave us all feeling the same, but perhaps while we may not clearly see each other's side, we can at least take a peek through the lens of others and see what they may see. After all, some of the greatest lessons in life can be learned from just doing that. Now, there are 5 things I want you to take to heart as you make your decision which podcast to listen to on that weekly basis. After all, there's quite a few out there, and we know there's only a few hours in the day. First, we here at Unconditionally Her will be your support beyond the podcast. Through our articles, we'll bring you the support to stay on track or find your passion. Our podcast will be different, not just in the sofa-style conversations, but by offering more in-depth information on topics that are often covered in the magazine. Each week, we'll also provide links to relative resources or products we talk about, and we may even feature an article from the guests we have on that week. Secondly, all of us here at Unconditionally Her want you to know that every moment in your life matters, whether it is big or small. Each moment is an opportunity to learn and to grow and to make a positive impact on the world. Even the seemingly insignificant moments can have a profound effect on your life or the lives around you. Staying present and staying engaged, you can create the life that's full of joy, connection, and purpose. We're not going to let you take any of those moments for granted. We're going to let you embrace each one, and with an open heart and with a willingness to learn and grow. Third, this one's a tough one, ladies. Self-love is not selfish. Many people mistakenly believe that practicing self-love is selfish or self-centered. A lot of selfs in there. However, you could not be further from the truth. The fact is, you're going to learn that taking care of yourself and loving yourself is essential to all of your well-being and can actually make you a better and more compassionate person. When you practice self-love, you are better equipped to offer kindness and support and to make a positive impact. So don't be afraid to prioritize self-love. It's not selfish. It's essential. And we're going to talk about that a lot. Fourth, there's power in sisterhood. Oh, have I learned that. As women, we have the power to support. We can uplift. And we can do that in ways that are transformative. Sisterhood is a special force that can inspire us to be our best selves and to achieve our dreams. When we come together and we share our experiences and we talk about our struggles and we talk about our triumphs, we create a network that can help us overcome any obstacle. Whether we are fighting for our rights as women or just simply cheering each other on through life's ups and downs, there's no limit as to what we can achieve when we all stand together. So let's celebrate the power of sisterhood, and let's keep lifting people up and let's hold hands every step of the way. Finally, being unconditionally you, well, that's your superpower. Being unconditionally yourself is the most powerful thing you can offer to anyone. It allows you to live life on your own terms without worrying about the opinions or the expectations of others. Well, okay, we might worry at times, but we have super capes that we can correct our flying path when we get a little off track. When you're true to yourself, you attract people and you attract opportunities that are aligned with your values and passions. Your uniqueness is what makes you stand out from the crowd. And that's also a superpower. So, ladies, embrace your quirks, your flaws, your imperfections, because they make you who you are. And when you are unapologetically yourself, you inspire others to do the same. And that's a pretty beautiful thing. The world's going to need more authentic and courageous women like you. And yes, we're going to have those conversations, and we're going to get you there. I hope I've given you reasons to listen to the podcast. But enough of what I'm going to do. Let's talk about what you can do right now. If you hear something on this podcast that makes a difference in your life, share it. Share it with us and share it with those around you. Let us know. We also want you to recommend someone if you've got a challenge in your life right now. Just let us know. We'll get on it. Why? Because it's important, and conversations are important. And these conversations are about you. So go to our website, unconditionallyher.com, and send us an email. You can do it right there on the front page of our website. Send us an email. Tell us what topic is of interest to you as a woman. So, deep breath here. As we strive to continue to lead our readerships through our online space, we want to inspire a group of listeners too. We hope this podcast takes you to that place of inspiration. Come as you are, bring all your goals, bring your ideas, and of course, your messy mess of a life. We have a lot planned. Let's get on this journey of inspiring self, home, heart, and community, and let's see where we go. And finally, to that readership who has supported us over the last 10 years, thank you. Thank you for your support of Unconditionally Her. This podcast is dedicated to you, for you are the house that began the community we have now built together. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Welcome to Conversations, and welcome to Unconditionally Her.